Morning, Stampers! Hello and welcome to the Loven Stamp Studio. My name is Meg Loven and I am excited to see you guys this morning. So if you are watching now or later, tell us where you're watching from, leave a comment, say what you like. Let me know if you have a suggestion or an idea. Lots of times we share ideas with each other here at Maker Mornings with Meg. So I really love hearing your ideas for like a different way to do things or how you like to use a certain stamp set or an embellishment or a tool. So make sure you guys share those with each other too. And today's project is going to feature one of the new things from the July online releases. This is the Charming Day stamp and die set, which if you haven't seen, you might be thinking, yay, another floral. But I really like the way these work together. I like the stamps with the liner and the dies that cut them out or provide extra sort of embellishment images that we're going to use today. It has great greetings. And then, of course, my favorite thing about this, I often have my favorite thing as the DSP. The designer series paper for Charming Day is gorgeous. And one of the things that I don't like to do, dun, 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 no surprise to you guys, is to cover up the back side of a paper that I really love. So today's card is a very, very simple way to showcase both sides of the card or card DSP, both sides of the DSP. So I'm going to show you how to save some cardstock, show off both sides of your paper, and I'm going to give you some tips for using this braided trim, which is gorgeous, but a little bit heavy. So can be tricky to use, but not with the trick I'm going to show you. All right. Good morning. Hi, Sue, Lori, Margaret. I love to see you guys this morning. And we are going to get started. So I do have an announcement to share later in our video. So stay tuned for that. And if we have time at the end, I'm going to show you a paper pumpkin recommendation for the free shipping that's going on right now. All right. I think that gets us, ready to get started here. As always, the link in the video description includes details on how to get the products that I'm using, and so you can click through and get those from my online shop. And then I'll always give you the sizes for cutting and things like that so that you can make the cards that I share. Sometimes I get comments or questions from people like, oh, could I case the card you made? That means like sort of copy and selectively edit or just sort of copy it to use for something. And the answer to that is yes, absolutely. If I'm sharing a card, I would love it if you guys were making that card or something similar to it. So that we are all in this stamping adventure together, right? All right. Oh, hi, Bonnie. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fold our card base in half. This card base is just a half sheet of cardstock. It is 5.5 inches tall by 8.5 inches wide. And then we're going to flip through our designer series paper and kind of look at some of these choices. We have this one here, which actually I used on a project that we made together a couple weeks ago. Like looking in the background, here it is. We made this project a couple weeks ago here with this floral. So that is this one here with the peacock and mossy meadow and the petal pink. So another really pretty card with this. And then we have some of these purpley papers. So we have this one here with the, I don't know, would you call those like those big spoon chrysanthemums? What do you think those blossoms are? They're gorgeous, whatever they are, and kind of iconic. And then we have this pretty paper here that's the brown and the berry burst kind of color. And I love these tones together. My good friend Betsy is a huge fan of all shades of things brown. And I have to admit that knowing that has made me appreciate brown colors so much more in my artwork. And so this paper has grown on me a lot. And we have this one here with fall colors, and we have the last one that I've cut and chosen already. So this one is our last, and it's kind of colors in Secret Sea, Berry Burst, Pretty Peacock. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use these. Oh, Sue said maybe peonies in different colors. Maybe. Hey, Joan. Hey, Laura. Yeah, if you guys have thoughts on that, this paper, it doesn't, I don't know. I guess it could be peonies. I feel like, aren't these like those big, like, I don't know, the big chrysanthemum blooms? but maybe there's something different. I mean, the leaves look chrysanthemum-y. All right, well, yes. So we have a vote for peonies. We have a vote for chrysanthemums. Let me know what you think. So these are clearly roses. This one's really easy. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to show both sides of these. So on all these papers, there is a sort of decorative side with lots of detail, and then a back side. This one's actually super gorgeous. That's maybe a little bit more subtle. And so what we're going to do is we're going to feature both sides of this by taking our paper and folding a corner back like this, okay? Now you could also do it this way, and you could fold a corner back to reveal all those bright colors there. So I'm going to talk about why. Hey, Lori. Oh, Lori says peonies too. Hi, Tanya. We're going to talk about why I'm picking the direction I am. So we're going to come back to this later, but I'm going to go ahead and attach it this way. But what I want to have is a really nice little reveal on the corner here. And so I'm going to put in a piece of basic white cardstock. And instead of using a whole piece of 4" by 5 1/4, I'm just going to use a corner because I don't need all of it. And then we have that same nice reveal. So let's go ahead and stick this down. Now, sometimes if you want, you can decorate this corner piece by stamping on it. You can decorate it by, I'm using my paper clip, super handy. You can decorate it by adding some layering to it. Actually, we had a pear card that we did that so glue first aid here. Okay, I'll give you my glue first aid tips. Sometimes there's like a little bit of dried glue in there that is the inside, and it helps to push it out rather than pushing it back through every time, because then it just gets restuck. Just be aware that if you are unscrewing this part of your glue, it screws opposite of righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So, okay. All right, remember, tap it down. We had a long glue discussion in our last video. So if you missed that, you should go back to Tuesday if you want some excellent tips from me and from our viewers. So that was appreciated. Oh, Sue says, ask the artist who designed the paper. For sure. Or maybe like one of those Google Plant apps. I don't know. Does anybody have a favorite one where you take a picture of the thing and then Google the picture? All right, so we're going to fold this back. Now remember, I don't want to expose any more. I don't want to expose any of our bits beyond our white here. So I'm just going to kind of do these pieces here. And we're going to go ahead and press this down here. So I'm giving this an edge all the way around that is 1/8 of an inch. So that keeps us in the same place here. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue this triangle down now because I don't need to put anything underneath it, and that will keep the rest of our pieces from moving. Hello, Mary Ellen. All right. So back to our next steps here. We have this really fun feature, and we have like a focal point right here is where this is going to be. And it's just begging for some extra things, right? Extra parts. So when I come to this point on a card, I can look at this and think, okay, I have stamp options, and I have the options for doing these extra embellishments here. And so I'm going to, okay, sorry. Got distracted by an incoming call for a second. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make the most of these elements here. So we have these really pretty dies, a couple of which cut out the stamps included in the die set, and the rest of which cut out some extra sort of bonus embellishments that can add extra design elements to our pieces. And I just realized the two that I'm using are, oh, here, they're on my magnet board because I knew I was going to use them. These two right here. So we have a rose floral and, or a rose-y floral and a sprig. And so what we're going to do is we're going to cut those out. And I happen to have some berry burst and some pretty peacock cardstock here. So I'm going to cut them from our cardstock here through the magic of television. So we have those two elements. And now I have a strip here that we're going to use to put our grading on. So I have Secret C to match the back side of our cardstock and so forth. Oh, Tanya says she likes the colors on the front side of this. Yeah, me too. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop this on like this. And we're going to go ahead and add a banner tail. So again, when you have all of those basic white scraps, here's my current package of basic white. I have all of these little, can you see all these narrow strips here from cutting mats and so forth? I save all of those and they come in really handy for making these. Oh, yay, Bonnie says Secret Sea is one of her favorite colors. Yay, I'm right there with you, Bonnie. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna trim this up here. And now we are going to add some extra pieces. So here's our sort of our basic outline of our elements here, right? So we have a nice focal point created by the way we folded our cardstock over, our DSP over. We have our elements here that help to strengthen our focal point, and we have our greeting, but there are some really fun other things included in this suite. One of them is this braided trim. It is Petal Pink Braided Trim, and it is a little bit on the thick side. Hi, Dorothy. Hi, Margie. It's a little bit on the thick side, and so if you're going to use it the way it is, you're going to want to have a plan for making sure that it sticks where you want it. And so you can also, though, cut yourself a piece of it. So I'll just cut a piece here, and you can unbraid it. And if you unbraid it, it has all of these fantastic pieces of twine. Pepper. Oh my goodness. It's beautifully sunny outside, but it is also 97% humidity and over 90 some degrees, I think. So no, I'm not going to let my poor puppy sit outside for the next 20 minutes. All right, she'll just have to suffer. She thinks it looks beautiful outside, which it does, but it is not once you open that door. Okay, so hi Linda, thanks. And so now we have all of these little tidbits here that you could use, but I want to use this as braided. Now you don't have to take it all apart. Here's like a partially braided version with a focus. But we also can do a full braided version. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a piece of tear tape and I'm going to put this right across all of these elements here. Now with tear tape, it is pressure activated adhesive. The harder you push it down, the easier it is to get the backing off because the adhesive is stuck where you want it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to braid just a little bit at the end to give this some extra interest. And we're going to start making sure that we cover the adhesive. We're going to go back and forth here. And instead of doing like a loop piece like this, I'm going to make sure that I fold it over. And that's going to help our card to be just a little bit flatter to put into the envelope. And then again, I'm pressing into the adhesive as we go. And I'm going to end kind of out here on our end of our card. Okay, so now we have a fun adhesive stuck down. We have a fun element here that is stuck down on the adhesive, and our adhesive is going to get covered here, but we have our ribbon that's going to stay exactly where we want it. Okay, that's the beauty of tear tape. Now I'm going to give that some extra strength, tap, tap, and put some extra glue on our ribbon. And then I'm going to, because I don't want our greeting to get all like wavy from getting pressed down into that adhesive, I'm going to put some dimensionals on the in-between parts, and we're going to stick this down here. All right, and get that all covered up. All right, so see how you can pretty easily stick this ribbon down in full strength with the tear tape adhesive. I would highly recommend tear tape. It just really grabs onto ribbon like that. You can use the multi-purpose liquid glue also, but I find that the tear tape is good because it really grabs all the fibers on the surface, whereas the glue can kind of get absorbed into the into that like thick ribbon, and so then it can get a little bit lost. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and put some glue on here. Oh yes, Sue says tear tape makes it so much easier. All right, I need my thing. You guys know now, like we talked about this, I always tap down my glue every time when I pick it up to use. And I'm going to go ahead and place this here. And then we're going to go ahead and place our flower. And I think I'm going to put the adhesive on the side here and up here at the top. I'm not going to worry too much about the middle part. Our flower is a little bit, I was going to say see-through. It's kind of see-through. It has these cutaway elements, the negative space elements that really give it kind of that extra visual effect. So we're going to go ahead and pop that down there. Now, we have two things left to do in this card. We have an inside and we have a set of embellishments, because we have not come to these charming shimmer faceted dots yet. So let's go ahead and, okay, this is bothering me a little. It's like popping up. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to solve that by grabbing one mini Stampin' Dimensional. If you don't have these in your toolbox, this with free shipping is a great chance to add them to your arsenal, your stamping arsenal. There we go. Okay, that makes me happier. Now it's not moving around so much. And we're going to use our Take Your Pick tool, which I did put in the video description in the supply list, because if you don't have one, this is a great chance to snag one. And I'm going to go ahead and slide and stick, and we're going to put a couple of these gems down here and here. Oh my goodness, we really want to go outside, but it is so hot. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and close that up. So now we have some extra shimmer gems here to just sort of strengthen our focal point. So you can have all this beautiful pattern up here, but your eye is drawn very much to here because of our greeting and this white contrast, and then our elements here. Hi, Terry. So we talked about this paper and which side we wanted to use. So let me show you again what the other side would have looked like. So we could have done this side and folded back to have this colorful floral showing. But what I think about this is that it means you're getting distracted because there's so much color and pattern going on this triangle that it's competing with the stuff that you're putting on top. So by having all of that extra be out here with a dark panel in here, it's like putting a mat on this that's a little bit like blank space kind of focus, where you really have the focal point jump out because you have a little bit more neutral and non-competing background, okay? All right, but then we have the inside of our card, because this stamp set really is gorgeous. When we did our coloring, we did some coloring a couple weeks ago. If you're looking for this card, the easiest way to find it is on my Loven Stamps website. Go to the blog and all of my videos and cards are listed there. So this is a little bit different version of the diagonal. But we did Stampin' blends to color these flowers. We're going to keep it super simple on this one. So don't feel like if you have a really busy stamp that you need to color it. Having a non-color stamp or just a subtle highlight with just line art is perfectly fine. So I'm going to stamp off. Normally I'd get a scrap paper out or my grid paper, but this is going to get covered up anyway. All that stuff there. Don't tell whoever gets this card. And then we're going to pop this on. So let's go ahead and put some glue on the back here and pop this on like so. All right, so my announcement that I wanted to share with you guys is that it's like not officially announced necessarily by Stampin' Up! Yet, but I did cross over the $1 million in career sales mark last evening. So I'm super excited about that. And I wanted to say thank you to you all for being part of this amazing community and giving me a chance to share cards and some ideas and so forth with you all. It's been a really, really fun adventure, and hands down, across all of those stamp sets and so forth, the relationships with other stampers is my very, very favorite thing about being part of Stampin' Up! And having this sort of adventure together where we get to make cards and share them. And when I think about $1 million of stamps, like just like I don't know if it was like piled up in Fort Knox or something like that, instead of thinking about all the stamps, I actually like to think mostly about how many cards came out of that and how many like little bits of birthday joy or thank yous or thinking of yous or supporting you cards were created from those supplies, and how much joy that's shared with the world around us and our communities and our chance to support other people and to like have the joy of creating. So I love that for all of us too, because I really think that in this whole card making adventure, we have a lot of great perks, right? We have the joy that comes from making something, to look at something and be like, oh, look I did that. I love hearing that from stampers. So the joy of creating, the joy of sharing something, like, you know, when you come up with something great that you just know someone's really going to appreciate, like the joy of like giving that to them, right? It gives you joy to give that to them. And then the joy of receiving something, right? To get a hand stamped card in the mail with like, you know, a little pocket turtle in it, or, you know, a special pouch, or like a, you know, a beautiful, like personally selected gift, or just a card, honestly, just the card that says thanks and, or congrats, or whatever it is. Like that brings great joy too, right? So yes, I'm really excited about the $1 million and so forth, and I love you all for your support. But I am the most excited about the relationships that that time together has fostered between our making cards and sharing cards and talking about cards and all the things. So, okay, everyone's comments are really, really sweet, and I really appreciate them. But I should probably get going. I did promise to show you a paper pumpkin. Okay, well, I'll just show it to you really quickly because I don't want you to miss out on it. So come back for 1 second. And this is the paper pumpkin for this month. Now, if you are not a paper pumpkin subscriber, you didn't get this, and I'm sad for you. No, it's okay. You'll survive. But if you love the cards, you can still get the refill because it was just posted. I do not know that it will last long because I had multiple people ask me about refills for this. So here is the stamp set for this. Hello, friend. Thank you. Life is sweeter. You're the best. Blah, blah, blah. A garden green spot. But this is the part that if you are ordering a refill, you will get this packet. Okay. Now, small but mighty. It makes a set of 8 cards, and it has 8 envelopes, and the refill in the US is $13.50. And if you're getting it on your free shipping, then you yay for that. Free shipping is only today and tomorrow left, so don't miss that. But let's take a quick look at these cards and these elements. So super bright, super saturated, super fun. They are falling out. Obviously, they're like super well punched. And so all of these pieces come together on the pre-printed card bases here. Oh my gosh. Do you need to go outside? I think we're going to have to do something about this pretty soon. On all of these pre-printed pieces here, hi Rita. And then they go with these envelopes with this cute, in case you can't see it, this cute little scallop edge down here. So these are the cards that the kit makes. And whether you have the stamps to go with them, so if you have, you know, other, you all are stampers, you all have extra stamps. So if you didn't get the whole paper pumpkin and you're just ordering the refill, then you can use substitute for other stamps that you have on hand. Now, you will not be able to order this paper pumpkin refill or any of the paper pumpkin refills unless you are a subscriber. So my recommendation to you is, if you're like, I don't know, just try it for 1 month. It's not very expensive. You can prepay for a month and have it on your free shipping order. It doesn't count for free shipping, but I think it counts toward the order total. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, you basically can subscribe for 1 month to Paper Pumpkin, and you do that through the online ordering site. Link is in the video description if you'd like to order from me. And if you're ordered for 1 month, then you can order all the refills and stuff you want. So these are a great thing. There are also some die sets that go with this, and I don't have mine handy, but there's a little strawberry die and some words and so forth. So some really great choices. All right, so that was my Paper Pumpkin mini. Let's see, just coming back. Oh, yay, thanks, Linda. Thanks, Lori. You guys are so sweet. Hi, Julia. Thanks for your kind words. Like I said, I'm pretty excited about the milestone. So, all right. Well, that is us for this week. So happy pre-Friday to you all, which is what we like to say here on Thursday at Make Memories with Meg. And I will talk to you again on Tuesday morning. We have Make Memories with Meg on Tuesday and Thursday morning here on the Loven Stamps Facebook page at 9:30 a.m. Central Time. So I'll see you next week. Happy stamping, everybody.